Hello and welcome to the Retro Game Vault. Today we have a copy of Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. Now the case for this isn't great shape, to be honest with you. There's a smudge there, a nick there, there's like warped residue, and then a tear in the back. So what do we do in a situation like this? Well, while we can fix most of the problems, at this point I kind of just want to replace the case. Let's look at the disc. I'm pretty sure I ran this one already because it's like perfect. So I'm not even going to worry about running that again. We're just going to set that to the side over here. But let's take a look at the other contents. The manual's in good shape. And the inside of the case ain't too bad, but like I said, we'll just take a donor case from before. We'll pull out the cover art, and honestly, this case is probably going to get chucked. And see this is a lot better shape. I usually have quite a few just donor cases sitting in the back, whether I'll have something come in without a disc or just an empty case with a disc without the cover art, stuff like that. It's a little bit dusty, they tend to be that way. Like I said, I've got a stack and I don't use them very often, but when I do, they're good to have. So let's give this a quick wipe down so that we can make it look as nice as possible. Crimson Butterfly is one of those games that's harder to find, so you want to put in the extra effort to make it look as good as physically possible. But now that that's done, we can start loading it back up. Throw the manual in one side, throw the disc in the other side, right about here, and now we can pop the case art back in. And you'll immediately see that that looks about a million times better than what it was. So this is the quality that we hold our standard to when we sell things. Now that being said, we haven't tested the discs, so let's do that. For those of you who are wondering where my testing station is, it's right there. It's just above. So nothing exciting, but it gets the job done. Let's pop it in, make sure everything works like it should. Of course, the system boots up exactly like I want. I'm going to grab the controller because we are going to log the usual bit of gameplay. And everything is booting in a timely manner, so we're good. Let's move on. We get through to the main menu, start a new game, and from there we just want to basically get the 10-15 minutes that we usually get to test everything. So in this case, there's a lot of cutscenes, so we get through that, get into the prologue of gameplay, which is a lot of walking. I probably should have raised the brightness of my TV as well, because it's like really dark. And for those of you who are wondering why this is called Crimson Butterfly, there it is. There is the Crimson Butterfly. I'm entirely kidding, of course. It's a metaphorical thing, but you know, we like to have fun here. So there's another huge section of cutscenes that we're locked into, but we sit through all of it. We don't want to skip because if it crashes in one of those, then we have a problem. We got the title card, and now we've got the actual game. And same thing as before, we want to do 10-15 minutes. We're about 5 or 6 or 7 are in it this time. But now we want to make sure the functions of the game work properly. So we've already walked around, doesn't crash going into different areas, doesn't crash when you pick up stuff. But we still want to do things like check the map, because if a game crashes when you check the map, you're screwed, you know? So map's just fine. Let's open up the inventory. Same thing, I'm not experiencing any issues. I think that this is good. So let's go ahead and pop the disc out, pan back down to my workstation here, and all we gotta do is wrap things up. Pop it back in the case, close it, and this thing is ready for sale. Or at least it will be after we bag it. The reason I bag things is mostly to control the dust and just dirt that can accumulate just sitting on a shelf even for like a week. So now that that's taken care of, we're done with this guy. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit longer take on what I do with every game. Thank you for watching in general, and have a wonderful day.